Yo, I am the Sandman, and you're listening to Jobber Radio Podcast. Solutions for life, motherfuckers.
It's Jobber Radio. It's Jobber Radio. It's Jobber Radio. Oh, wrestling podcast featuring Matt Zion, Bomber Rap, Scott and Lee, and the one and only Peanut. It's Jobber Radio. Jobber Radio. It's Jobber Radio. It's Jobber Radio. It's Jobber Radio. Bitches.
All I gotta say to New Japan is I hope they fucking cut ties for ROH.
In fact, my favorite match of the night is what we skipped. No holds.
Bomber, let me go first. Let me go real quick here.
What?
Real quick.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome to Jobber Radio. I'm Jake, a.k.a. Bomber. We got to talk about WrestleMania 35, and to do that, we got a couple people in here today. First of all, one half of the Outsiders. Lee, I know you didn't watch it, but are you going to contribute a little bit on this episode?
I watched two matches, and I caught up on all the what actually happened during the show and the sort of general consensus. So I can definitely give my 2 cents, whether they're wanted or not.
Perfect. All right. We got the other half of the Outsiders. Scott, how are you doing tonight, man?
Oh, I'm all right. I watched the show, which is different than Lee, but you know.
Yeah. At least you said you were going to watch. That's good. And we also have Matt Zion here today. I assume you watch WrestleMania as well, right?
I'm confused. I thought that me and Scott were the tag team champions. How long ago did we lose those belts?
Oh my God.
Fastlane.
Fastlane. You guys lost at Fastlane.
Yeah.
I have been touring the country with my Jobber Radio tag team title. No one called me from the office.
We actually retained them.
That was a replica.
And then we lost them.
Wow.
So
I can't.
If
you know what?
it's any consolation, you beat me in a hell of a ladder match, though.
Damn right I did.
Yeah.
Wow.
Wait,
I'm glad.
the rider was Lee?
Yeah,
What?
exactly. Believe it or not.
No!
I wanted to respond to that too, but I just didn't have time. But the video made me laugh when I watched your
Oh,
challenge.
because you said you were high at the time. You're like, what am I watching?
Yeah.
I'm here with my two... I get to be here with my two former tag team champion buddies. Here we go.
There
Let's
we
go.
All right, Lee, let's dump him, and I'll become your tag team partner.
Hey!
Circle.
Hey, let's not kill any potential storylines now here. Come on.
There it is.
Okay, so yes, I did watch WrestleMania in full. Now, I did get a little bit hazy the last hour and a half because we got pretty fucking wasted. We were live streaming it on YouTube, and people were donating for us to do shots of beer. But I remember most of it. So just the last couple, I basically will give generalizations because I haven't had time to go back and watch them yet.
Okay. All right. Well, we'll see where we get. We'll see what we get from everybody. I was drinking a little bit as well. I didn't get out of it though. I didn't go like crazy. So
I chugged 2 Four Locos.
Yeah. See, nope. I didn't go. Yeah, I didn't go crazy. But so let's, I guess, just start with the pre-show. We won't go match by match, but as a pre-show, first of all, did anybody watch the pre-show besides Lee? Obviously.
Yes.
Okay.
No.
Okay. So Scott, you didn't watch it. So
I was out. I literally got in at 7:10, and I saw Hogan pose. That's when I walked into Mania.
Yeah.
So that's literally where I started it. But I didn't hear the results and stuff, and I saw clips later.
One of the highlights for sure. So Zion, then I guess, what were your thoughts of the overall pre-show as far as, you know, the 2 battle royals? We had the tag team titles change, Revival lost to Ryder and Hawkins, and we also had the cruiserweight title change. Surprisingly, I was shocked. Buddy Murphy lost his title.
Not so much. I think Buddy Murphy's going to be in NXT. Because he just did a match apparently there. So
yeah,
he was at the tapings. Yeah,
they're talking about making NXT like that brand, like they were talking about. Instead of treating it like developmental, they're going to ruin it and just make it as bad as Raw and SmackDown are. So
I hope not.
That makes sense. No, I wasn't that shocked. I kind of was hoping he'd get called up to the main roster, as in like SmackDown.
Mm-hmm.
Well, he was already on NXT. And then went to 205.
Yeah.
Yeah, but again, they want to make NXT a bigger deal when it's already a bigger deal than on SmackDown combined to most of the hardcore base. That doesn't really make any sense. But,
Yeah.
Yeah, I forgot.
Match. Good. What are you gonna say?
Oh, no. I was just trying to think when we talked about he was on NXT. I was trying to think who his partner was. He was in a tag team.
The other guy.
Blake and Murphy.
Blake.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah.
Blake. Yeah, because they had Bliss. But yeah. So, what did you think of the Battle Royals at least?
Well, just first and foremost, though, for Nice and Buddy Murphy, it was really good. It's just too bad the crowd wasn't that into it because they said only about half the people were inside the arena.
Well, yeah, they weren't even there yet. Yeah.
Yeah. So, but I mean, the people who were there were reacting in that match. Dude, that was a great indie match. That was like watching a slowed down PWG match or something like that.
I heard that their rematch on 205 Live was 20 minutes and even better.
Even better. God, I just
Really?
wish I had time. But yeah, it was good. I liked it. The tag team title match was simple, but I really liked it. They're not doing shit with the Revival. Nothing. And if they were pushing the Revival hard, I would have wanted them to retain. But because they're not, fuck it. Give Ryder and Hawkins, a fun moment. And also, Hawkins, his storyline finally paid off. He got a pretty huge pop when he got that pin. So, I mean, whatever. They hate the Revival. There's no fucking way the Revival are staying. They're obviously leaving whenever their contracts run up because of the way they've been treated, I assume. And also, great punch to the face by Wilder.
Yeah, my
so
hero.
much respect for that man. Fuck that fan. I can't state that enough. Fuck you piece of shit. Hey, if he was a real man, he would have shoot on Braun Strowman or something. Oh, okay, never mind. That's a little unfair. Shoot on Kofi. There you go. Like someone your own size, and then then at least it's a fair fight. He shot on a dude that survived cancer and a stroke. Fuck
61-year-old man. Let's not call this guy a fan. He was just a fucking psycho. Did you see his
psychopath?
See his Twitter feed?
I mean, I don't want to know anything else about him. He's just a psychopath. So like a dumb piece of shit. He got what he was there. But major credit to Wilder.
Punch just floored that fucker. It was so brilliant.
Like his knees buckled. It was great.
Yeah. And then the two battle royals were completely forgettable. I mean, they just didn't matter at all. The women's was a little bit more enjoyable for me than the men's, and that's because I didn't like the finish to the men's. I actually didn't mind the finish to the women's. I wanted Asuka to win, but I was kind of like, well, give me something out of the blue because these things always end so predictably. It's like they gave it to Carmella, and I was like, even though it was the same finish they used from last year.
Exact, by the way.
I hated that. I just was okay with Carmella winning because it was just something different. Lynn, I mean, that's that. So it was good. But whereas the Braun finish, God, that sucked. It was no good.
I will say it was better than I thought it was going to be. I'll say that. I thought they were literally going to give the win to the SNL dudes. I thought They got me hook, line, and sinker, too, when Strowman was getting pulled over by the Hardy Boys. I was like, oh, my God, here it comes. They're literally going to fucking eliminate him.
I knew he was just going to shrug him off, because it's Braun. Come on. They don't hate him that much.
I did enjoy the fact that they at least did something. Like the Michael Shea guy, he took a punch and got knocked out of the ring, which was, okay. And the other dude got tossed out, which was... The way the camera was set up at first, I thought he was literally just chucking him out of the ring. You didn't see the people catching him. Yeah, I was like,
against the ground.
When he threw him, I went, "Oh my God!" And then you could see he landed on people. But I was like, "Holy fuck!" I didn't know anybody was there. But the women's, I wanted to bring that up. It was the exact same finish with Naomi last year. Bailey eliminated. I don't know if it was Sasha or somebody, but everybody thought Bailey won, and then immediately. Naomi jumped in and got her kicked out, and Carmella did the same fucking thing. So I don't know how they did the exact same finish 2 years in a row. I understand maybe 5 years from now do it, but 2 years in a row, weird.
They don't care.
I think that's what it is. I think they just don't care.
Or they literally, whoever was booking the match didn't realize what the finish of last year's was. It can be innocent too.
Yeah, but
shows you you say that's 1 year that they forgot back to back, but not to get super off topic, but on Raw the next night they gave an automatic rematch to the Revival when 2 months ago they said that they were done. They abolished automatic rematches from now on.
Yeah,
so they can't even keep their shit together in a 2 month period. So why would they be able to keep it together from year to year? I'm not surprised that they booked the same thing. They probably just didn't even think about it.
Well, that would... Yeah. No, I mean, I understand if they do it on a Raw or SmackDown, but man, WrestleMania, that's a big no. I mean,
It just doesn't get Carmella over at all. What does it do for her that she just got lucky and just eliminated somebody kind of out of nowhere?
Yeah.
The only thing that would have worked is if it was the same characters and they did something different with it. Mm-hmm. It's not this
Naomi
time.
in the ring, and then Carmella did it to Naomi. That would be cool because then it would be like a callback rather than a copy.
Yeah,
exactly. That would have made sense, but
booking details, they were just booking time.
Yeah. Well, a lot of Mania felt like that, where it was just like get talent out there for payday, basically, which is what it's become for the last 10 years.
Because don't worry, Lee. Road Dogg apparently quit as the lead writer of SmackDown.
Yeah, that's some great news. Fuck that. Fuck that fat piece of shit.
There you go.
Well, there it is. Okay, cool.
You know what though?
Some
might say that Road Dogg took it doggy style.
Oh, there it is. There it is. Jesus Christ. I don't even know what I'm hearing right now, but it's terrible. Anyway, so that was pretty much the pre-show. That's the really only thing I really didn't like about the pre-show. The rest of it was okay. It was what it was, but I really just didn't like the end to the women's match. I didn't like the exact repeat. But I guess since we're gonna go to the main card, does anybody have anything to say about the pre-show first before we go on? Anything else?
It was enjoyable. I didn't, even though the battle royals were whatever. This is the first time, because last year's it was okay. It was all right. But I did like that they made it more match heavy. It didn't feel like it was trying to sell people on the show because it's Mania, bitch. Everybody who's watching the pre-show is going to watch WrestleMania. So
yeah,
if you're already watching that 2-hour pre-show, you're probably not waffling on if you're going to get it or not.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Well, I guess let's go on to the main show. And I kind of forgot to do it at the very beginning, so I feel like we'll just do it right now. We always do our overall thumbs up, thumbs down before we break stuff down. So everybody, we're gonna go around the virtual room here, and thumbs up, thumbs down, thumbs in the middle for overall WrestleMania before we break everything down. We'll start with Scott.
Thumbs up.
Okay. All right. Interesting. Well, I guess we'll go Lee.
We'll elaborate as we go. That's the whole. You just said that, so I'm not going to elaborate yet.
No, you're good. Lee, I guess with what you've
seen.
Matches
you saw.
Yeah.
Well, no, based on the 2 matches I saw, and based on the results I read, and the seeming general consensus that I've sort of seen on the internet in the last week or so, I'd say it was a thumbs up show.
Wow.
Especially compared to the last few WrestleManias, which have been absolute dog shit.
Yeah.
I agree with you on that one. So Zion, thumbs up, thumbs down, thumb in the middle.
Like last year, it was a thumbs up. I thought they're both good. They just have one glaring issue, and we'll talk about it.
I was almost going to agree with you until you mentioned last year with thumbs up. That was that was 2 fucking thumbs down. Oh my god,
there was a lot of fun last year.
I made this point last year too, though. I have all my friends over now every stream it, so it becomes like an event. We have pizza. We're getting drunk. It's fun. If I was just sitting there by myself watching it, both of these would get a thumbs down. Probably.
We literally talked about last year's Mania for longer than this year's Mania. We're not going to talk about it. We'll talk about this year's Mania.
Yeah, exactly.
I got you.
Yeah, no. It was. I know when you have friends over and stuff, and you got people watching with you. Yeah, it makes it more of a group thing, and it does make it a little more fun. I know that can taint some stuff because I had friends over for a couple pay-per-views last year where you guys hated them, and I thought they were they were good, but I think I fell into the same, had friends over, we're having fun, and I think it just came off better. But
don't forget, different people get different things out of the stuff. I was in the Discord chat with people, and they're like, "Oh, that was stupid." I'm like, "What are you talking about? That was fun." People react to different things.
That is true.
Without, because we're about to go match by match, but just overall, the only real major glaring problem I have is it's just too fucking long. That's it.
Yeah.
This was their official longest show they've ever done ever.
7.5
Really?
hours.
I didn't know that.
It went till 12:30. It went so late that people weren't able to use the public transit in Jersey because it had stopped by that point.
I saw a lot of...
It ran long.
They could have cut out 4 of these matches and made the show more condensed, and it would have been a lot better off for it.
Even just trim some of the stuff. I know we're going to get through it, but there was literally, let's do a dance break. I'm like, you don't have time for this.
Oh my God.
That should have been an audible. Don't do that.
I mean, and they're
Keep
still
going.
talking seriously about making it a 2-day event instead, just so they can make more money and don't have to lower the time on it.
Please no.
No, please don't do
that. But that would end up being 2 7-hour shows.
I hope not.
Yeah, right? Eventually it would. Oh, God.
Yeah.
All right, let's go.
All right, so first of all, was anybody excited to see Hogan come out to start the show?
No.
That's fine.
I thought it was fun, too. I thought it was a little fun.
Get him in, get him out. Yeah, some funny references. We're done.
What about that saggy old leather chair coming out and doing a tired fucking shtick?
I know,
Hold
but
on, I'm going to change my vote, though. I'm going to change my vote. It was fun because we got to see Paul Heyman come out to his theme song.
That was
awesome.
I said that.
It made me laugh so
Paul
hard.
Heyman came out at WrestleMania to Real American. It was pretty great.
It's so funny. Yeah. Okay, never mind. I changed my mind.
and
Welcome back, Holster.
And I did like seeing Bliss doing the pose down in the silver whatever. It's like, this is just comical. This is funny. She is a fitness bodybuilding model, but it was kind of like, why are you flexing? What are you doing?
Isn't it fun seeing her bury Bailey again? Once it's just like going right on back to the old school booking.
That was actually pretty. Let's skip it. All right.
So
first match. Yeah, obviously Heyman came out, and we got Lesnar versus Rollins first match on the show. I think that was a great idea.
I like it.
I thought it was great.
They've led with world titles before, so I'm cool with that. But I love the reason. It's like, we're not going on last, we're going on first. Like, cool. All right.
Yeah, usually there's they just do it, but Heyman actually had a reason, like, oh, we're just gonna do this and get the fuck out of here. And
the commentary even said, like, it's gonna throw Rollins off. He wouldn't have been planning to go first, so that's gonna make it harder for him too. And,
I think it's interesting that in kayfabe it almost like threw Lesnar off though, because he completely did not take Seth seriously at all. Like didn't want to prep for his match. It felt like he just showed up. And then he fucked up, which they should have said that, but they didn't. They were just like, he beat him. It's like, but I mean, Brock kind of beat Brock himself.
So that Beast Slayer entrance thing was cool, and I like the screen. The screen was awesome. They used it well, but I'm kind of sad that like that's it for the stage. Like there was nothing. Look, big screen, cool.
And they screwed the fans royally with those lights.
Oh, I heard. Yeah, I saw.
Yeah.
I saw some pictures. Yeah,
they would not turn.
They
them
used
off.
it. They used it.
Go ahead.
Too the next night, they used the same fucking light.
They're so dumb. Orton has been ripping them apart on Instagram. 3 different posts so far where he's just retweeting people's videos of not being able to see his match with AJ.
Yeah.
So you know he's on like a fucking warpath.
It's to light the crowd so the sponsors can see how packed it is. Yeah, but if the people can't see, they're not going to come again.
Dude, that's gotta suck. You're paying so much money.
I did get a kick seeing that little shithead Bryan Alvarez bitch on Twitter all night about it, though. It was
funny. I don't follow him, but some people that I do follow like retweet his stuff and like it, so it shows up. Dude, fuck that guy. That guy can't make a fucking.
I like Bryan.
Dude,
Alvarez.
he is way too.
He's just like a Dave Meltzer, except he complains more. So.
Yes,
he's the little dog. You know that cartoon of the big bulldog and the little yapping dog.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, Butch, what are you gonna do? Butch, what are we gonna do? That's Bryan Alvarez to Dave Meltzer.
Dude, that's perfect. No, dude, I can't do it. He is way too bitchy for me on there. Yeah. But anyway, let's talk about the actual match. I thought Rollins got the shit beat out of him, and it looked good. The match was another one of those quick sorry, I got choked up there. It was one of those quick matches, kind of like Goldberg and Lesnar, where it was like a car crash or whatever. It was really quick and it was violent, and I thought it was a good match. I don't think it was match of the night like I predicted, but I thought it was a good match. What about you guys?
I agree with you because it had potential because it's another Lesnar small man match, and being over officially in like 3 minutes because it was like a 4-minute brawl beforehand. That's not Seth Rollins' strength because he can actually go for a good 10 minutes and get a lot out of it. It almost seemed like 5 minutes wasn't enough to get what I wanted out of it, but it still worked. It was fun. In and out, get it done. Let's move on. Kind of thing was what it was, which is a weird thing for a Lesnar-Rollins match, but hey, Rollins has beaten him twice at Mania, so there you go.
Yeah, I think I know why they did it though, because I do think Brock's not done with the company, but he's gone for a while because he's going to go get ready for his fight. So
that's going to be in August. It's pretty much confirmed.
That was the compromise. Like when he fought Dean, they had a full-blown match, but it was like really safe for a hardcore match. This felt to me like Seth basically took 95% of the offense.
Yeah.
Brock barely had to do anything. And really he only took a low blow and 3 stomps. The stomp, one of the safest, easiest moves to take in wrestling history. I just think this was a way for Brock to not risk getting hurt. That's it. He knew he was dropping the belt, so they just did this as a compromise, and he's out. And he still looks strong. Seth, like Scott said, now they have a storyline maybe they can go back to one day where they go like for a third match because Seth has never lost to Brock at WrestleMania. And there you go. But I thought it was just okay. I liked the beating on the outside. I just thought it was weak that Seth had to use a low blow to beat him. It fit the storyline, but that's such a fucking dickhead heel move. His justification was not. I wasn't up to par. You would have done it to me. That doesn't make it right.
No, I will never support a face low blowing somebody like just like unprovoked, just like to do it. It's like I'll never understand it. I don't get that. But
that's literally how Bryan turned. Bryan did a low blow and turned with
it. Though in their match, Dean also did the low blows to Lesnar all the time, so he got the advantage.
Yeah.
Like, but I mean, whatever. The right guy has the belt, and I'm happy that he's champ.
The crowd loved it too. So
yeah, the crowd had fun. He was ragdolled the fuck out of Rollins. He like threw him into the commentators table like maybe 2 or 3 times, and actually like just straight threw him into one of the commentators, which was hilarious. I thought. Mm-hmm. No, it's just I like the ragdoll. I like the little bit of the brawling at the beginning, but I do agree 100%. Super safe for Lesnar. Lesnar didn't have to take hardly anything. So I mean, it was what it was, but it was quick at least. So. It wasn't too bad. Didn't drag on too long.
I like the placement of it on the card. I think it was a smart move by them to open the show with it because it goes against fans' expectations. Everyone's going to be thinking, "Oh, here we go. Lesnar's going to either be the last match or second to last match, whatever, and he's going to kill the show. Everyone's going to be fucking buzz-killed." But no, put him on first, and he gets beat clean in the ring. Well, mostly clean in the ring.
Yeah,
and everyone goes home happy. So that's a good move.
Yeah. And I assume that's not one of the 2 matches you watched, right, Lee?
No.
Gotcha. All right, well, moving on. Let's see. I really don't remember the order in which these matches happened, so I guess...
If only you could look it up on Wikipedia.
That's true. I have their actual website up, so I just was going to...
let me do it.
Okay, well, either way. While you do that, we'll go to a match that probably was not next. Let's go...
I can tell you what was next.
Oh, too late. AJ Styles, Randy Orton. We're doing it right now.
Good job.
Was it next, really?
Yeah.
Hey, there we go. Okay, so to me, I thought it was a good match, but the ending was a little meh. Does anybody share that? Does anybody have something different?
It wasn't hard-hitting enough. It was all so personal of a build-up. But Orton's had this problem before, where him and Triple H had that match, and it was like so personal. Fucking kissed Triple H's wife, and they just had like a normal one-on-one matchup. And this was a good match. This would have been good if they started the feud like this. Then it got personal afterwards. Like one of them got butthurt that he beat the other. Like say AJ beat Orton, and Orton started calling him like like an indie 2-bit whatever.
Yeah.
And then they got personal, and then they could do the fallout. But this was not as like super personal that it needed to be. But it was. I liked it. It was fun watching him because it felt fresh, but it just didn't have the impact.
Yeah. What about you, Scott?
Pretty much all that. Yeah. It lacked the oomph that a WrestleMania match between these two should have had. Mm-hmm. I did like the number of just like straight up, this guy versus that guy. That's the match. Like Roman and Drew or AJ and Randy. It's just like it's just a match, but it's Mania level. It's not just here again on Raw. Mm-hmm. But it did lack that oomph. Like it seemed like a good match one out of many. There wouldn't have been the blow off. It should have been what started the whole thing. So
yeah, I thought it was pretty good. Like I said, except for the ending, it was a little. It just felt like it was just dead because AJ went up for the. First of all, he had an amazing, phenomenal forearm outside of the ring. I haven't seen him do that yet. He may have done that before, but I never seen it. So I really thought that was good. But he jumped up on the rope to do it in the ring for the finish, and he kind of had a little hesitation, like a little stutter. And then he hit him with it. It was it didn't look as good.
Well, he did a fake out to make Orton go for his RKO.
Well, that was earlier.
He missed.
Yeah,
that was earlier.
That's what you meant. Yeah, I like that too. That was good. Like you catch me, I'll fake you out. You fake me out. It was good one-upsmanship.
Yeah, that was good. I'm talking about the end where he literally jumped on the rope, and he did have it almost like he almost kind of slipped a little bit or something. He just had a little falter, and then he hit the forearm, and I was like, okay, well, maybe he'll kick out, and then it just ended. To me, it just felt a little flat. That's all. But
I thought he was just like scouting him again. I thought that was the whole point. That he was like in midair.
Maybe I don't know. Maybe I saw it wrong, but I don't know. Maybe I thought
that story they were telling was that every time AJ jumped at Orton, he wasn't Christianing it. Like, hey, Orton, I'm gonna jump at you head first and expect the good results.
Yeah, no, I'm still a little disappointed. I didn't get a 450 RKO. I'm not gonna lie. I told
you, That would be really hard for AJ.
I know.
That would be good for like Mustafa could probably do. I just don't think that AJ could.
Yeah, either way it would be tough.
Too old.
I was hoping to see it, but anyway, overall though, I thought it was still good overall, And judging by, now that I'm on Wikipedia, by the way, Scott, I saw it ended up going 16 minutes and 20 seconds. I didn't realize it was that long, actually.
I think that's might be part of my problem with it. It just was like, it didn't need to be that long in its own way. Like, it didn't feel like it deserved 16 minutes.
It didn't even feel that long.
They deserved 16 minutes, but that wasn't a great 16 minutes. That's a weird complaint, I know, but we're talking WrestleMania here with these two guys in a fresh match that AJ has admittedly wanted for a long time. He's wanted an Orton match. He's wanted to do this kind of match. So hopefully this is the first of a feud, but hopefully they don't kind of stink like AJ and Shinsuke did, because that was a weird
he's hurt
anti-feud.
Right, they don't
That's
know how
true.
long he's gonna be out. He hurt his
he said he kind of landed wrong, and it won't be that long. So
Okay.
That's good. All right. Well, the next match was. Wait. First of all, Lee, did I skip you? Did you watch this match?
You got to ask Lee every time. Did you watch this match?
I didn't see this match. I assumed it was going to be.
Lee,
at least
what is the
all right.
other match you saw?
No. We need to know when we get to it.
Yeah, I was about to say.
No, but I just that way you don't ask him every single
No.
time.
We have to ask him every time.
All right. So
take hours.
So the next match, I thought at first this match was the 4-way tag team match for the SmackDown titles. I thought
this match was awesome.
Yeah, I thought it.
Yep.
It ended up not being match of the night for me, but as it was going on, I'm like, dude, this match is fucking great. They're stealing the show right here. These guys did a great job. I fucking love this match.
Only one match was better, so it was, and I was with you. I was like, who's gonna top it? Fucking awesome! It was so much fun.
Yeah,
a silly kind of thing to notice, but I like the amount of WrestleMania attire and entrances that people had. It seemed like there was more of that this year compared to normal.
Cool.
It really stood like Shinsuke's Carmen Sandiego coat and shit, and like Ricochet's angel wing robe. It was cool. Like,
sign of the times though, because like I've heard this before from podcasts.
Takeover.
But they always say too that when the company is doing well, WWE does tend to pay everybody more. Like Vince, even though the top guys are making more than the guys in the bottom. Like, Vince does have a habit of being like, the company is worth a shitload of money right now. Everybody is going to do better. Like, he's good about that at least. So that's why I think people were like, well, hey, fuck it. I can spend $100 or $200 on a new attire for WrestleMania.
Yeah, even the Usos, they came out with those white hoodie kind of deals that were pretty cool. Got in their way a little bit on a couple moves. I don't know which Uso it was, but one of the Usos would go to the top rope and like his hood would come down over his head. He'd have to fucking flip it back. But either way, I like those. I just knew the bar wasn't going to win. What do you guys think about the Usos actually getting the win?
I mean, at first it made sense, but then they did that thing on SmackDown, and I'm like, ugh.
Well, the long rumor, and the Hardys even said this, is they wanted the Usos at Mania, and that was kind of where things were leading and going, and then they did this without the Hardys. Oh, okay. And then on SmackDown on Tuesday, they had the title changed to the Hardys. It's like, oh.
Yeah,
okay.
The Hardys kind of got shafted on WrestleMania here. Their only moment
they were in the Battle Royal.
Yeah, but I'm okay with it because this match was awesome.
Fine.
So
now,
it may not have been as good with the Hardys.
And the Usos, like I said before on our preview one, they've literally been the SmackDown Tag Champs the past 3 years going into Mania, and that's all 3 Manias that these titles have existed. So it's kind of neat to have them have a big win on that stage. That's cool. That's a neat thing because they lost to the Bludgeon Brothers. So that's a cool moment. That's neat. You lose on SmackDown. That's fine. But this was probably a cool thing overall, and it was a great, fun, fast match. It's kind of amazing how you had 4 teams work that well. But yeah.
Yeah, it was cool seeing Cesaro in there with Ricochet. Also.
Oh, that swing was amazing how Sheamus kept hitting everybody, and Cesaro got tired, then he kept going, and he got stronger again. It's like, Jesus Christ, this man.
He swung him forever. That was insane.
That was great.
Yeah, overall, definitely one of the best matches on the card, which I'm surprised. I mean, obviously there's a lot of good talent in this match, but
I had no expectations for it, so I was super happy with it.
I was hopeful. It's one of those, like, this could be a lot of fun.
Yeah, I mean, I know the Usos are,
but maybe not memorable. But yeah,
Usos are fucking good, dude. I mean, we've all said that for a while, but the Usos can fucking go. So moving on down the card, I assume Lee didn't watch that one. Sorry.
Ew.
Okay, good. All right, moving on.
We recommend that one. Check that one out.
Oh, that is true. If you need to somehow go check that out, yeah. For real.
It's worthwhile, yeah.
Another match coming up next. I know this is the one that you watched, Lee. Here we go. Shane McMahon defeated The Miz. Kind of a shocker finish. I don't think anybody thought Miz was going to lose this match. Like the way the story... Even with the story, really? Did you think Miz had a chance to lose?
Oh, I thought he had a chance to lose because I said this in the Discord even, that Shane has been in this kind of thing before, and his hubris has always cost him, be it Hell in a Cell with Owens, or the street fight with Angle, or he's often lost these types, Hell in a Cell with Taker, too. he loses these quite a bit. So if he's being a little smarter, a little heelish, he might learn against Miz, who isn't in these more often. So that would have made sense. I didn't predict that whatsoever, but it would make sense if that's how they went, and they did. So
Shane was not losing this match.
Wait,
He has not won a WrestleMania match since he's come back. He's lost 3 in a row. Of course he's going to win this match. It's only The Miz.
But the story though was so
he did win the tag,
strong.
though.
For Miz.
The story's not over yet.
I know. I
mean, he lost to Taker. He lost to AJ. Those are both prominent singles matches. I was like, there's no fucking way The Miz is going to beat him in their first match against each other.
Did you pick that in the JRPL? Did you pick Shane?
I did. I picked Shane, yeah.
Good job. That probably helped you beat Lee there, actually.
Yeah.
Probably, yeah.
Yeah, Brock hurt me, though. I picked Brock because I was really confident Brock was going to win, and I got fucking owned.
Well, because Brock is a whole different animal where sometimes he just wins and goes and has the title anyway. He doesn't need to drop it to anybody to do UFC. So. But this match being Falls Count Anywhere, can I just say I loved how they went all over the fucking place, the international commentators and up the camera stuff, and that was just really cool.
This is exactly like on the last episode. This is exactly what I was saying. I hope they did. They did it, and this was this is my number 2 favorite match of the show, which is crazy because I know I'm not a big Miz fan, but they went everywhere. And by the way, I don't know. I haven't heard anybody talk about it. I haven't heard anybody bring it up. But while I was watching, when they were up in that area with the the foreign commentators, when Miz I think he gave an uppercut or he hit him with something, and Shane went flying over the back and landed on the golf cart. He came
and slid right
off onto the hard concrete, flat on his fucking back. That was fucking got up and kept fucking boss. Fucking Shane is a fucking beast. I don't even care. Shane's a fucking beast.
My problem was because I liked the match. I liked the setup of it. The booking of it was fun.
Yeah. I
didn't really have any issues with anything. But watching Miz and Shane brawl, 2 of the weakest strikers that they have in that company, I like the Miz a lot. And I like Shane a lot. Neither of them can throw a realistic punch to save their fucking lives. And to try and sell a brawl where it looks like 2 guys are fake fighting, and that's what it looks like with their punches. I mean, I thought it was entertaining. At the time, I was really into it, but I think that match is not going to hold up over time. Okay. Because it's just watching. It was like two women slapping each other. It just didn't. It didn't look like that at any point. They hated each other. I did dig how Shane was throwing out one-liners and he was being such a dickhead. Yeah. That was great. Good character. I'd rather have a heel Shane at this point.
Oh, his entrance was just he's so smug. It's so good.
Great. Yeah. But I just I'm afraid he's gonna have a heart attack, and I just did not believe they're brawling at all. And the moment that I watch a wrestling match and I get out the suspension of disbelief is lifted, I can still enjoy it.
Oh, okay.
It's just not a classic or anything. It was just okay.
I mean, there's so many things that we could talk about with fucking the dick guy and all kinds of the shit that goes on.
I'm not saying he's good though. I'm saying I just enjoy it.
I know, but I'm just saying
it's not a classic though. That's imagine one of my favorite matches of all time is Austin versus The Rock at WrestleMania 17. Imagine if they went out there and did Shane McMahon and Miz punches. It would kill the entire fucking thing. It just wouldn't work.
Oh, I agree 100%. Yeah, they're definitely not. They're not known for being good strikers. That is definitely for sure. Lee, did you happen to see this?
Get fucking real.
Okay, there we go.
So this might sound crazy, but I kind of recommend that one anyway.
I mean, it was.
I don't know if you want to watch it for 15 minutes, though, Lee. I'll be honest, but
no fucking way. I'm not watching 15 minutes of that shit.
The last thing I will say about it is, at least we did. Even if you don't like the match out there, whoever's listening, at least we got a big meme from this match. We got Miz's dad doing trying to do fisticuffs with Shane. Fantastic. Jesus. Hilarious.
That's where he gets the punching from, I guess. The poor punching.
I guess.
It's true, yeah.
So at least we got that out of it. If you didn't like anything else, at least you got that. Next up is actually a match that I've been seeing a lot of people fucking talk about.
Excuse me.
No, bless you. Bless you. Bless you.
I think it was a burp.
I know.
It was.
I would say bless you for everything.
But anyway. It was loud enough to make me go, I better say something.
You're good. The Iconics defeated the Bug and Haas connection. Well, obviously.
Did you just say the Bug and Haas connection?
Did I say that? Really?
The Bug
and Haas connection.
Wow, that's that's hilarious though, actually.
Jesus Christ.
The Bug and Haas connection. I wish, if I didn't say that, I hope I did. Anyway, and obviously all the other jobbers that were in there.
No, the Samoan sleeping pills, as Solid Monster Sounds Off calls Tamina and Nia.
Oh, wow.
That's funny. This match sucked. This was
terrible.
one of the weakest of the show, if not the weakest of the show.
The entrances were the best part.
Yeah.
Oh,
It's no good. And that sucks because there's a lot of really talented ladies in here, but there was just something not working. I just think that having a four-team women's match, they're not ready for it, I guess. And that makes sense because they don't really do tag matches that often. So they're kind of getting accustomed to tag team wrestling, and doing a fatal four-way tag team, that has to be a lot more complicated than a normal match. But yeah, unfortunately, the ladies failed. They had the talent in the ring. They could have gotten it done, but it did not work.
And I'll even give them a pass on that because they're still learning and figuring out. Problem is, it's only 2 months after they started it. Okay, and it's Mania. Well, shit.
Yeah. And there was no fucking reason to have Bayley and Sasha drop those belts this fast. There's so many more matches for them to do. And the Iconics, I'm sorry, I even have like a friend who is friends with them that I'm connected to. They fucking suck. Their characters are fine. I mean, they're supposed to be annoying, so I get it. Like, I don't mind them when they're shtick. They're not good in the ring. Peyton's a little okay, but they're just not good. And to give the belts to easily the weakest team in the match seemed really far-fetched and weird.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Weaker than
Bayley and
Jax.
Sasha for a couple more months.
I was okay with them getting it simply based on their character work, and I figured they were actually a good shot at being the first champions. I knew they'd get it eventually, but here with these teams seemed odd to me. It's like, I don't know about this one.
It was not time at all. I wanted Bayley and Sasha to get belts in NXT like they were talking about. That would
I wanted them to do their world tour all over the place.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The match sucked.
It was. Oh, what's up? What are you gonna say?
Well, I was going to say, and they brought back Beth Phoenix just to not win, which was a weird thing
Her
too.
finisher to Bayley off the top was fucking sick, though. It looked cool.
Yeah, that was a little. I mean, for some reason, I never thought Beth Phoenix and Natalia were gonna win, but it just, it is weird that they kind of brought her back to.
Like to bring her back for that. It's like, okay.
Yeah. It was what it was. Nothing, fantastic. But yeah, the biggest controversy was definitely the Boss and Hug connection, taking the loss there, losing the belts, and
the Bug and Haas.
the Bug and Haas connection.
You got to title this that WrestleMania recap: Bug and Haas connection.
Bug and Haas connection. Perfect. I actually wanted to bring up one little point that I saw somebody mention on Discord about Sasha Banks has been, putting more cryptic tweets that she fucking does out there. And apparently a dirt sheet picked up, take it with what you will. Apparently Banks is, wanting out of the WWE. Are you guys buying this? You think it's a bullshit? Do you think she's just overreacting as far as her tweets go?
Half mad and half negotiation process, because they're all kind of talking now, because it gets more money, because if you threaten to go to AEW who pay, nobody's just going to throw you whatever you need. What I really wanted to say, though, my main point, I'll let you go after this, Scott, is it looks like the Boss got fired.
Oh,
God damn it.
Hey-o!
Get the fuck out of here. That's terrible. What were you going to say, Scott?
Continue, Scott.
Good luck following that.
What I was going to say with that is, you can believe all the dirt sheet stuff, and, they have options where they can go and things like that. We've already seen numerous rumors from WrestleMania weekend proven or disproven, so it's whatever. The Revival even said in an interview, this isn't dirt sheet, this is stuff they said. It's are you good with being complacent? You got to stay active. No, you get rewarded for complacency around here. It's how much is character, how much isn't, and the Revival and Boss and or Bayley and Banks, they're in a lot of promos and a lot of stuff. They're championing each other a lot, so they could all be in agreement on the same things, but whatever. Sometimes you're not booked to last longer and they change their minds and they're going to go with the Australians. Boo-hoo. Not everyone gets the win. I saw someone else saying, it's time for someone else to get a turn at the top. No, it doesn't work that way. You got to earn your way there, and hopefully you don't get screwed out of it. We'll talk about that.
Comments like that from the Revival
it's silly. Revival are damn good and belong there. It's not that they deserve a turn at that. They deserve to be that. It's not that they need to have a turn. Not everyone gets a turn. It doesn't work that way.
They'll be fine.
Yeah, but that's what all this stuff is. Will they keep Sasha? Oh yeah, she had a high profile thing with Ronda. She's pretty much always been high profile her whole time there.
Yeah.
So they do think highly of her. You just don't get to be always at the very top. And sometimes you get your Dean Ambroses where it's yeah, I'm done and I want out, even after having all this awesome. Maybe it's true, maybe it's not. Maybe people are over exaggerating. Maybe it's completely shit.
Sasha's gonna job to Alexa on Raw clean. I already call it right now. And I want to say about the Revival situation. It looks like the Revival was Dead on
No.
arrival.
No, get the fuck out of here. No. Okay.
I love
best-
the extra little laugh.
No, the best thing with the revival, the funniest thing that Wilder did afterwards was there was a picture of Ryder with Brett saying, "Oh, it's great to be with Brett and see him again." And Wilder said, "Stop touching him, you fucking asshole."
Nice. That's
So Wilder is the new Bret Hart bodyguard. It's pretty great.
That is pretty good. Hey, that's a gimmick right there.
It might be a job for them if they get
Yeah.
WWE.
Yeah. No. Again,
But
with
they can throw those tactics around because there's another place that has money to go.
that, yeah. Hey, whatever works for them. I mean, if they go to AEW, that's whatever pays the
If
bills.
that's
That's cool.
what the Usos ended up doing, and there you go. Like it is a viable thing to do. You don't just in contract stuff like that. You don't just sit there and take it if you feel that you can leverage something out of it and
Yeah.
prove your value. Like,
Yeah.
if they've thought this highly of Sasha and they're going to dick her around, well, fine, I'll leave. Oh, we don't want you to leave. Make it worth my while. It's that easy. Is that happening? Who the fuck knows?
And for
I
some,
love how people are speculating on that, saying they know. No, you don't.
exactly.
Are you her
And-
agent? No, you don't.
And
So-
exactly that stuff, like I said, it's dirt sheet stuff. Thanks to Beer Me Jesus, by the way, who pointed that out on Discord. But it's it's
Who
dirt
did say
sheet.
take this with a grain of salt when he did it? So
And
he understands.
exactly. That's what people need to do because it's like I say, dirt sheet stuff always fun to talk about, but I just never fucking believe it like 100%.
All right, so match fucking suck. Next match.
Next match, Kofi Kingston defeated
Oh, yeah.
Daniel Bryan.
Match of the night. It was
Yep.
fantastic.
It was
Really?
magic. It was
Yeah, I
pretty
love it.
great. Yeah.
This was
I
not
agree.
my match of the night, but it was very good.
Of course,
You're a
it's
monster.
not knowing you.
What does that mean?
Of course.
what is
You're
that?
like,
It
'cause
wasn't-
when the
That was being
demon
silly.
Finn Balor crashed down on Bobby Lashley. I
Hey,
got goosebumps.
Dude, that's a spoiler, dude. Why are you giving away my fucking match of the night? Come on now.
No, man, Kofi and
I'm
Bryan was masterful.
No. Mine's coming up.
Where you could tell Bryan was in charge here just by watching the match, like he kept it going. But Kofi was a perfect babyface. I loved how the New Day got involved, but not too much. Like it was just a perfect spot. It was fun with Rowan. And this is actually like right after this match is where I really started getting drunk. So I'm glad that I didn't completely waste myself before this. But man, if you ever doubted, because I've seen people online say that, oh, Bryan's overrated. If you ever say that again, fuck you. He is one of the best professional wrestlers alive today. And I think he will go down as long as he stays healthy and say he can go for another 5-6 years. I think he will be remembered as one of the best of all time. His character work
He's
is
already
awesome.
in that conversation.
Yeah, his ring work is awesome, and I think that this should have solidified to Vince that Bryan is a top dude because
He also
turned-
apparently got hurt during this. So
What happened? I didn't hear about that.
Yeah, I didn't hear
I'll
about
look that up. But
I didn't
apparently
hear
he
about
took
that
an
either.
injury during that. But think of that. He still went through it and did what he
looked
did.
Crisp. Oh, he looked amazing.
Oh,
Perfect.
if anybody's going to do it, I mean, I think we know Daniel Bryan will definitely go through an injury. The shit that he's gone through to get where
True.
he is. I will say this. I'm not the biggest Daniel Bryan fan of
I had no idea.
the WWE universe, but this is by far my favorite, gimmick and like version of Daniel Bryan, like 100%. That what he's going through right now. This match, fantastic. This was a good match, which is another reason why I think this was a definitely thumbs up pay per view. There were so many good matches and so many like good moments, like Kofi winning, like his family getting in the ring. This is
It
the
should have been a
moment.
main event, really. I mean, it had
Possibly,
a better
yeah.
story in
It could have. It
definitely
had
could've.
everything it needed to do it, I think.
I agree. I do agree. This is like the stuff that we have been wanting for a while from previous WrestleManias and have not got. And this is like, we got it here. And it felt so good. And it makes you think, well, why the fuck does it take forever for us to get these big moments that we really want? And they're just like, nah, we're not going to give that to you.
Well, don't forget, the original rumored plan, let's keep that in mind, was that it would be Ali in that chamber, and then probably Ali versus Bryan at Fastlane.
Yeah.
Which would lead to Owens coming back and having the Mania match because it's the big returning face. Because there was rumors about a returning character face Bryan. It was probably Owens.
And he wasn't even
Poor
on the damn
Owens.
show.
Kofi wasn't any of this, and that just happened. Hey, Kofi, can you fill in that the gauntlet and have some fun? And look at this.
I feel like Owens I feel like it was both WWE that dropped the ball because just like he's back and he's a good guy and now he's gonna fight Bryan. There was no catalyst for that. Nothing. If anything, he should have come back and went after Lashley. Like that come on, what? That's the guy that kayfabe injured him. But whatever. Sammy didn't do it either. But it's so strange that the other part is I do think that Owens was a bit of a letdown in doing those promos. You're handed shit. You got to do your best to try and make it work. And I've heard him do babyface promos before. They're not great because obviously he's a natural heel. He always has been. Yep. But I've heard way better babyface promos from him. That one where he was walking to the ring and talking shit to Bryan, it was cringeworthy. And I don't use that very often, especially with someone who is one of my all-time favorites like Owens. But I felt like his face turn had zero direction. They just told him, you need to be a babyface, and that's it. When really, he would have gotten a better reaction if he had come out and just played a heel, but that was healing up on Bryan instead.
Yeah, because the crowd would have been happy, and he just attacked Bryan. Oh man, he's back. Oh, and he's doing it to him. Oh, that's great. Like The Rock used to when he just attacked.
You know what else?
It's a bad guy.
You know what else I think hurt his little return were all those stupid fucking vignettes that he kept doing, or not vignettes, but you know what I mean.
Yeah, the family things were just weird.
Like they were so weird, so weird.
Yeah, weird.
So, but this match, like I've said this for the past like month and a half with the whole thing with Kofi and the build up, and the storyline really shouldn't be having to fight his way into the match. It should just be, can he beat him when he finally gets the chance? And I read somewhere that someone, like a former writer, was talking about that. It's like, you might not remember all the shit leading up to it, but you'll remember the moment. And yeah, the moment will outlive the storyline. It was perfect. The way they executed that match, everything about how Kofi and Bryan worked together, and New Day and Rowan, like you said, it was just, that was everything I wanted. And they delivered it. And it was just an awesome, true moment to see that. It was very, very cool.
Yeah, it was one of those. It really made me have flashbacks of like when Eddie Guerrero won the title and Chris Benoit at WrestleMania and stuff. Like it really felt like one of those, major like moments. Like that
you want to see this guy win, but he'll never really win.
Yeah, it was great. It was, and the fact that like we just talked about that it wasn't supposed to happen, insane, crazy. Everything lined up perfectly, and it went great. Lee, is this the match that you saw? I hope so.
Oh yeah. This was absolutely fucking perfect. It's the best babyface big win that I've seen in probably since Bryan won the title at WrestleMania. Finally overcame the odds. Same sort of reaction. I was really into the match. I loved seeing dickhead fucking Daniel Bryan bring back the sort of the American Dragon, like just a thinly veiled American Dragon from his ROH days, but he was doing a lot of the same shit. And he just fucking ran that match perfectly. It was great. Even when there was a little bit of awkwardness here and there, it looked like a struggle. It looked like these two were fucking beating the fuck out of each other, and that Bryan was out wrestling Kofi at every fucking turn, and Kofi was just pulling off these athletic moves to keep up and to keep out of Bryan's holds and stuff like that. And Daniel Bryan's sort of hubris got the best of him, and he lost. I was actually stuff going on outside as well. And at one point, Big E took off his fucking ring jacket.
Yeah,
fucking is, and I was like, oh shit, they're gonna turn Big E right here in this match, and they're gonna screw Kofi out of the fucking thing. I thought they were actually gonna do it for a minute there. Just the way he was acting. But no, they actually kept it straight, and I respect him for doing that. Even though I think Big E turning would have been fun too, but it was great. It was match of the night. It's probably my favorite WWE match this year so far.
Oh,
I was going to say the apparent injury. The apparent injury. It just says possible injury, and he flew home on Monday. So that's all we know about Bryan. It's according to Meltzer, so believe what you want.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I don't want his career to be over because that's the worst case scenario. But if it did, at least he got probably one of the best WWE title matches at WrestleMania in the past 10 years, because that was really, really great. A couple of points. One, I want them to start putting the belt up on a pedestal for every single title match, every heavyweight title match.
That's
I love
cool
that.
Idea.
Yeah, the women had that too. That was great.
I really enjoyed that. I think that every time the WWE title, the Universal Championship, or either of the top women's titles are on the line, they should do that, because it made it feel like a different atmosphere. It wasn't just handed away. It's put out there as a prize that they can win.
Yeah.
So
I agree.
I really would like for them to do that again.
That being said, but they should have put the little macrame belt, or whatever the fuck you call it, that Bryan had. They should have put that on the pedestal and set it there, because putting the original belt or whatever underneath the fucking cloth kind of telegraphed that
it did.
Kofi was going to win.
Yeah.
I think
at the same time, they had it there in case he won, and if he didn't win, oh well.
Yeah.
It would have been funny if Bryan won and he just like grabbed the belt and tossed it.
I just love how fucking Big E, or it was either Big E or Xavier, I can't remember. They looked at fucking Bryan's shitty little wooden belt there and they just tossed it away.
Yeah.
Like it's trash.
Oh, so sad because that belt's so fucking amazing. But yeah,
It's pretty great.
I just
They
thought
are
it was
selling replicas of it now, by the way. So,
good.
yeah.
Good. I just like how they pulled it off and like the side plates already had Kofi's name and everything. I was like, oh well, that's great.
Well, because the New Day got that prepped. They wanted him to have the proper moment. Is the story there? That's not a spoiler. That's the New Day saying we want our man to have the best version.
I mean, it would be kind of
presuming he wins.
If they had like 2 pedestals, though, it wouldn't be too expensive. But imagine if they had 2 pedestals, and like if they had a challenger versus a champion, like they had both versions of the belts ready to go, like just sitting there side by side. So if you win, you can grab your version.
Well, actually, nameplates is all you need for the side plates.
Although
for this match, if they had that belt out there and then they brought their own out with a Kofi belt, it's like this is it. He's fighting for this one.
If you were shopping WWE.com at their fucking shop, you were already tipped off who was winning because Kofi's new shirts were already available before the show started.
It dropped early. So,
Wait, before WrestleMania started? What?
I think the idea was that, like, at least I'm looking at it from a corporate standpoint. Buy this shirt to support Kofi becoming champion, but it blatantly just showed him like as champion.
Because they did it the flip side too, where they said that you could get the Still the Planet's Champion Daniel Bryan shirt. It's like he did these thinking he would win, so it makes the idea like, look, we made both like Super Bowl hats.
They blew their load at the idea of putting the belt on.
Yeah.
So.
All right. So yeah, it was great, and looks like it was almost the longest match of the night, but not quite. Anyway, speaking of that, let's go to the shortest match of the night: Samoa Joe versus Rey Mysterio. Wow. Okay. Well, it happened. I'll say that.
It's all right.
Rey must have been injured, right? Because they didn't even bring Damian out or anything.
Yeah. No, they said he was hurt. He hurt his ankle on Raw.
Yeah. So against Baron Corbin.
Yeah. Fucking shitty ass.
But hey,
Rey Mysterio
Joe got
getting
a
hurt in a
super
wrestler's
dominant
match.
first win at WrestleMania. So
that's a great debut. People can be like, "Oh, it should have been better." Yeah, it could have been, but you know what? It did everything it needed to. Joe looked like a monster, making Rey Mysterio go to sleep in a minute.
Yeah,
awesome. Does what he do. Also, it didn't drag the show down because give him a minute. Hey,
I guys think this would have been the result had Rey been healthy?
No, they would have had a match full blown.
But I think Joe would have won either way.
Yes.
Oh, Joe
that's what I'm
was
asking.
winning probably. Yeah. I don't know.
I think he would have choked out Dominic. I really do. I think that was the plan, but they had to shorten it.
That would have been great. I was waiting for them to use him. They never used him. I was disappointed, but
yeah, because he's got a history now of going after people's family. Like that's his gimmick now.
That's great. Yeah, family killer. I will say this. I thought this is probably me just being nitpicky, but Rey Mysterio lost. It was a dominant win for Joe. Squashed him, whatnot. Yeah, that's great. But come on, do you have to make sure the guy gets his shit in? He had to get it as soon as the match started. 619. You're like, oh wait, he just hit his fucking trademark, finisher, everything, and then he gets choked out. I'm like, come on.
Well, that's how he beat JBL. He beat him in like half a minute to win the IC title back before. That's
although
not that they're remembering that, but it's like, he's
definitely
done this before.
not. Definitely not. They're not remembering that at all. Couldn't even remember last year's.
Wasn't JBL injured at that point? Like he was retiring?
Yeah, it was literally his last match. He said, "I quit." Yeah.
Yeah.
But that's what I mean. Like I've seen Ray do that before, so I didn't think anything of it.
Oh. Okay.
But when Joe went for the choke, I was like, "Oh, it's over." Oh, wow.
Oh yeah.
And that was it.
All right, so moving on, Roman Reigns defeated Drew McIntyre. I was surprised. The crowd was not into the match at all.
No. This also lacked fire.
Yeah, I thought
the blood feud it was supposed to be. Meh.
It's crazy because Reigns, his first major, his first singles pay-per-view back, and he got booed again.
He must have been sad he wasn't in the main event like he always is.
No,
it's out of the past 5 WrestleManias, he's not in the main event of this one.
Yeah, I don't know.
That's a crazy stat, but yeah.
I thought I like both of these guys. I think they're both good wrestlers, but the match kind of just. A fart is a good way to describe it. It was just.
It felt like
Roman Reigns. Roman, if you come back, it sounded like Mexican. If you come back, I am going to destroy you in the ring.
Oh my god!
It will beat you, cabron.
I don't know.
It's a normal match. They didn't do anything special. It felt like a whatever, and it was completely forgettable. I don't remember a single thing they did. I don't care.
I remember the bagpipes.
Yes, I remember the entrance. Me too. Yeah.
That's it.
Roman got more pyro than anyone else on the night. I remember that. He got staged pyro when he came out on stage and put his fist down. He got pyro walking down to the ring, and then he got in the ring on the turnbuckle and got even more pyro around the entire. I'm like, okay,
gotta celebrate life. Come on.
Yeah, I'm like, this guy just blew the whole budget of the year just on this one entrance.
Oh no, everybody, a lot of people have pyro. What are you talking about?
Who thought that Roman wasn't eventually going to start getting booed? Like Cena never stopped getting booed, but people loved him. Eventually, that's what Roman's gonna get.
Yeah.
But like, I saw people going, I can't believe that they would boo somebody who beat cancer.
No.
It's entertainment. We don't care about that anymore. It's like it was like 1,000 years ago, as far as the ADD of wrestling fans is concerned. They're gonna start booing him again.
People I saw on Twitter, I saw on the Discord, people were legit shocked that Roman was getting booed. It's like,
why?
you booed him for all these times when he was a solid performer that you didn't like being shoved down your throat. Okay, he beat cancer. You're happy for that. Cool. When he gets back to doing what he does, he's going to do the same things that you booed. Like, he's not doing anything different. Like, what do you expect? And he did. So it's like, I don't like that he's doing that stuff again. Well,
but it's not
then you're booing him again.
But
sure.
But it's not like it's his fault that he's getting booed, though. It's
no, absolutely not. No,
exactly. No. So it's not like he's doing certain things.
It's just a tradition now.
Exactly.
You boo Roman Reigns. It's
just
a tradition. That's
just
what
like just like Cena, just like Kurt Angle.
Yeah,
he's gonna be known as further down the road, the guy that comes out and he's gonna later on he's gonna be like fucking dumbass Kurt, which I still don't get why he's like and he's like pointing at everybody. Yeah, tell me I suck. Yeah. It's like fuck off. But I don't know. It was just a shit match. It was one of the. I would say it was probably second lowest match. I still think the 4-way women's title match was a little bit weaker, but
it was one of my most disappointing matches. Oh, I had high hopes for something out of that, but I didn't really expect that they could do it, and I was unfortunately right about that. I was hoping they'd surprise me.
I agree. It was very disappointing. Well, somebody just talked about Cena a minute ago, so how about we talk about this Elias segment real quick before we get on?
So can I take the reins? Because I have no pun.
The Roman reigns?
Oh, there it is.
Yeah.
Take it. God damn it. God damn it.
Yes, I'm glad you had that. Oh, I'm so happy.
How many of those do you have over there? What are those?
I wish I coordinated that.
To fuck with Bomber from now on.
Jesus. All right, so what do you got?
So I actually liked this and hated it at the same time. One, because there was no reason to not do John Cena versus Kurt Angle. Come on. That would have been a WrestleMania match that people would have remembered forever, and there's no fucking way Baron Corbin is going to capitalize on a rub from Angle at this point. So, with that aside, because I still think that was a crime that they didn't do that match. With that aside, I kind of dig that we are getting this Elias Undertaker Cena like every year WrestleMania tradition. And so, because the first year was Cena came out, beat the shit out of Elias, Undertaker came out, and then squashed Cena in a match. This year we had Elias out there, and Cena just interrupted him. And then the next night on Raw, Undertaker interrupted Elias as well.
I love
that.
So
I hope next year they do Undertaker versus Cena. They actually promote a full match. Elias comes out and gets beat up or whatever, just involved. And then the following year, the fourth year of this epic feud that will never end, we get a triple threat match.
No.
Let's go.
Undertaker will be dead by then. Like, really dead.
Well, then it'll make Elias
he
easier
already
to hit him.
is.
Yeah. Oh, my God. I mean,
Yeah.
Am I the only one who didn't care for the Cena thing?
Yeah,
I loved it. It was the Cena I like again. I'm like, oh, no, you're a child. Stop.
No, I didn't like it.
It was fine, but it was...
I didn't see
because again, they could
have
have given us Cena versus Angle would have been a memorable WrestleMania moment and finished off Angle's career, and instead they gave us John Cena, almost 50-year-old dude probably, dressing as a 20-year-old, saying like poopy jokes essentially.
Almost
it just,
50.
I'm over
I think he's like 42 or something.
The thing that I thought
like
weird.
60.
The thing that I didn't like about it, you see Cena and how he's been the past, 10 years, honestly, with the whole current gimmick that he's got where he's smiling with the fans and everything.
Oh,
he's happy to be there. He's like, literally, he's a smiley, happy guy. Okay. Doing this, coming out to Stoneface, is like, oh, this character's dumb.
No.
It was like, oh, he's acting. This is stupid. It just didn't seem true to Cena in its own weird way. Even though it was old school Cena that people loved.
I can see what you're saying, and I do agree with what Matt said. But I mean, because yes, it is a letdown compared to he should have been in the match with Angle. I 100% agree with that. But when you just look at it as a segment, as it was, Elias's part was really good. He's one of the most over people in the company, which is crazy to think about. And I mean, you can debate that if you want, but people fucking love his segments and love him. And when he came out, it was just a retro throwback. I don't think it was supposed to be, serious with Cena, and it was more of just entertainment. It was fun, and I thought it wasn't bad. It wasn't great. It was
forced WrestleMania moment.
Yeah, I agree with that. Like,
they do a lot of those. We're gonna make a moment, like Hogan and Muhammad Hassan. We're gonna make a moment.
Now, fuck you. That was a great segment.
It was. I agree. I loved it. But they were like, we're gonna make a moment. It's gonna be The Rock and Eric Rowan. Yeah. No, just guys.
Yeah, I don't think it was that bad. Cena did. He said a couple things that were decent.
Oh, I didn't say it was bad. It was very fake.
Okay. Well, I mean,
it was very forced, I guess, is more.
Gotcha. Yeah. Okay.
I just never was a huge fan of that word life thing. So.
Like, that's weird that they're carrying this whole Elias Undertaker Cena thing every year. So 2 years in a row. That's so strange. But hey, they did it with the women's match too, right? So maybe they're just lazy and just booking the same WrestleMania over and over again.
It's 7 hours. You can blend it together.
Match as well. So
yeah. I will say oh, sorry. What were you gonna say?
No, go ahead.
I was just going to say, I did love by the way, the Monday Undertaker segment on Raw. That was fucking great. With that line, it was perfect. The next guy that come down is a dead man. And I was watching, I went, no fucking, like, legit, just out loud. I went, no fucking way. And then the dong happened. Dude, I got the goosebumps.
The crowd was nuts.
I got the goosebumps myself. It was so good. Undertaker
Mania was the first Undertaker-less WrestleMania since
I think it was a punishment.
2000?
Punishment? What do you mean punishment?
Number 16?
Take away his WrestleMania payday because he did that convention. That's the same weekend as AEW, and there was a lot of the big news coming out saying that Vince wasn't happy about it, which I can imagine because he seems to be pretty anti-AEW, and rightfully so. It's a rival company. Is he supposed to be like fucking friendly with them? No.
Well, no, it's there's the craziness where it's not AEW's convention, but they're. Yeah,
who are they rivaling right now? WWEshop.com.
I will say that they're not really. I wouldn't consider them a rival yet.
No, but WWE does. So it doesn't matter what you and I or Scott or. Okay. Yeah. WWE sees them as competition now, so that's just the way it is.
Okay.
Triple H called them a pissant company during the Hall of Fame, so
Yeah,
that was
hilarious.
They're on that radar.
This is Vince's way of if Taker saying you're not going to be on WrestleMania, but so at least you're still around, but you don't get that big WrestleMania payday. I could easily see Vince being that petty.
Yeah. It might have been. Who knows?
So anyway, Baron Corbin won, and the commentary even said at the end, this feels wrong. It doesn't feel right. This isn't how it should be. That's how Michael Cole put over Baron Corbin.
Yeah.
So they even shat on it itself.
Well,
it's like,
he's the heel, though.
I only put him over the next night.
but listen to that, though. It's like, oh my God, the epic career of Kurt Angle is over. Yeah, by this guy that really shouldn't have been the one to do it. That's the anti-promotion. I get you're trying to put him over as a heel.
Story, though. That's the story that they were telling, though.
I get it. I'll say this the same way as back when it was Bryan. They were calling him a B-plus player. You say it often enough, people start to think it or go with it. It's like, oh, whatever. The story just overrides it a bit compared to what it should be. You want him to be a badass heel? Yeah, he stole the win. Yeah, it's dastardly. Not, he really doesn't deserve this. I know there's a fine line there, but it just... They echoed everything we thought, and it was kind of like, oh, yeah, all right.
Are we talking about Angle and Baron Corbin now?
Yeah.
Still.
Yeah, we'll go back to the other match here in a second. But, yeah. God damn it.
That was very nice.
You're terrible. You're a terrible person.
That was better than the match. Hey, Angle didn't almost die on an Angle slam. He hit a good German.
It was fine. Just the wrong opponent, that's all.
I mean... I don't hate the story that they were telling. I wish he did have a better opponent, but the story itself, if you're gonna try to do something...
No, I hated the story because it's a stupid, lazy story. It makes sense, booking-wise, it makes sense. Nobody wanted that. It was a dumbass story. It was fucking dumb.
Listen, Corbin is not as bad as everyone's on
yes,
the
he is.
No, he's not.
He is so terrible.
No, I don't know where this came from. This whole Corbin.
He's horrible on the mic.
He's not. In the ring. He's not.
Name a match he's had where you went, damn, that really showed me Baron Corbin in the ring.
He's not a great wrestler. I will say that he's
no, you can't give me one.
No, I never said I could.
Let him go.
He's not a great wrestler, but he is.
So don't.
Let him go.
No, I was gonna say he is good on the mic when he comes out on Raw.
No, he's not.
No, he is.
It looks like he's reading lines every fucking time he opens.
Bummer.
disagree.
Why
We
does
talked
he
about
still
this.
wear a vest and slacks when he's
He-
not been commissioner
I'm sure
for like
that's-
4 months?
That's
Why is his
probably
character do that?
I'm sure that's not like his fault. I don't know. I
think it's
can't.
hilarious.
It's easy to say, "Hey, why am I still wearing this vest? This is dumb."
I agree. It's
When
weird.
Corbin got called up, Jake hated him, and I thought he had an upside, and we've completely flipped on him now.
It's just that I see how much people shit on this guy. He's good on them. I don't know where everybody
No,
comes
he's
in.
not.
I disagree. I
can give you an example of what that Shield
Okay.
promo they did, where it was Lashley, him, and McIntyre. McIntyre and Lashley were fine. Corbin felt so fucking forced.
Lashley
and
was
that's every
fine?
promo he does is actually I think Lashley's fine as long as they just let him shit talk. But like
Yeah, his no nonsense is great. No fucks
Yeah.
Lashley is
He
good.
needs Leo.
Yeah,
out there.
like when he had that line about
No, he
Dean
doesn't.
Ambrose's wife, that was fantastic. But like, freaking Corbin, he has so much potential. He has the look. I've always really enjoyed his look. Actually, I like the vest. And I
Just
like how
like
he
you,
dresses.
so I mean, come on.
Yeah, but I just do not. He's mediocre on the mic, and he's even more forgettable in the ring. So if that's 2 out of 3 strikes, he's done. I don't. He'd be a good hand. He'd be a guy that'd be a mid-carder. Don't really let him retire Kurt Angle. That seems-
On a Mania full of awesome, fun moments that you give the fans what they want, you go ahead and do this. It seems counterproductive to everything else they were doing.
Yeah.
I will agree that he is definitely a weak opponent for Kurt Angle at WrestleMania for his farewell match. 100%. I agree with that. But I just don't agree with everyone saying how bad he is. I just can't see how he's that bad. There are so many other people that are way worse than him and get passes. I don't understand how Corbin
no.
I think it's more he is
No, they
playing
don't get
his
passes is because he's always in these high-profile spots
I think
and doesn't deliver ever.
Yeah, that is my problem too. Because I said I don't hate him. He'd be a good mid-card.
I don't
keep
know, I
giving him
guess.
like main event pushes and tries, and he fails every single time to deliver. And
Like, one of his big
how many
moves
times
is
are you
that's-
going to use UPS if they're not going to deliver your fucking package?
Yeah.
So
No,
Baron
one
Corbin
of it-
can't work there.
One of his big moves is he'll slide out the ring, go around the turnbuckle post, and then slide back in and do a thing. That makes no sense from any perspective because you're killing your own momentum running around the. It's not what that, and that's one of his things.
and there's the 5-knuckle shuffle. Everybody's got fucking weird moves. That's fine. But
Yeah, it just drops down with a punch. I can get behind him being a cocky prick and dropping a punch down.
Yeah, because gravity's a thing.
oh my god, you guys. I'm just saying, I just don't I mean, we're obviously not going to agree on it, but I just
No.
don't think he's as bad as everybody says he is. And I don't know. We just disagree.
Well,
you guys
we're
think he's
not
bad.
I'm
on
not
the
trying to
mic.
shit all over Baron Corbin any more than I always do. It's more a case. No, I'll be honest. No, like I don't like him, but he serves a point. Fine, but that point was not to be the man who was in Kurt Angle's last match.
Yeah.
I think it's more of
Storyline-wise, even
I
doesn't
know.
matter.
I know you guys are going to hate this. I know you're going to hate this. I think it's him playing his character very well. As far as he is this
Agreed.
asshole, shitty, he's literally there for you to be so mad at him, and I think
Yep.
he does play that very well, and it's
Yep.
it's being played off like that.
So let's not honor Kurt Angle and instead do this, because you can put a guy over
I mean,
and still do an awesome thing. This was not putting a guy
No one
over.
will remember this in like 5
Or
years.
an awesome
If it was
thing.
Cena and Angle, they would.
true.
That
I
would have
mean,
been a special match at WrestleMania.
true, but I mean, I also there's no way Angle should have won in reality because
No, but that Cena could have beat Angle. That's fine. He debuted against him. Angle beat him in his debut. Fucking Lord for Cena to
again,
send him
again,
out.
They could even call it back when he's like, it was that close, and he can do it again. Oh, it was that close. Like,
Again,
it's,
I never-
recreate the end of the match.
and it's not like Cena was busy. He was there.
yeah, again, like I said, I never once said that Corbin should have got the match.
You
over
want me to
Cena.
say something nice about Corbin, though?
You don't have to.
I heard backstage that Vince is turning him Republican, and he's going to start hitting the end of gays.
Oh my god.
I will say something about Corbin. He's at least consistent,
Okay.
Yeah.
but he's not improving, unfortunately.
Bomber, can I
yeah.
ask you a serious question?
Of course.
So, you think you're untouchable? Word life, this is
No.
basic thugonomics.
What is
Word
that?
life, this is basic
fuck?
thugonomics. Word life, I'm untouchable, but I'm forcing you to feel me. Word life, this is basic thugonomics.
What is
Word
happening?
life, I'm untouchable, but I'm forcing you to feel me. It's John Cena's theme song, dude.
Okay. Are you deep throating your mic right now, by the way?
Yeah, I kind of am.
Lee, was this a match that you watched?
I hope so.
I watched a clip of John Cena coming out in his old gimmick.
Yeah, well, there you go. Okay, so that's enough of the Corbin Angle match. Yes, it was not that great. It was mediocre.
Disclaimer, I don't think Baron Corbin hates gay people.
Okay, good. I'm glad you clarified that. We couldn't tell by the button you hit that you were
called a joke,
sarcastic.
you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, good. Well, hopefully you're not getting hate mail from him. Okay.
Forgive me,
Anyway,
I didn't realize that we did skip a match there. I thought we were talking
oh,
more because
we
of Cena.
skipped.
My mistake.
We did skip a match.
We
in
sure
fact,
skipped. That is my fault entirely.
In fact, my favorite match of the night is what we skipped. Triple H and Batista. No holds.
Bomber, let me go first. Let me go real quick here.
What?
Go real quick. Matt, I'll wait for you to do that. Matt?
Why?
No, hold on. No, I'm with you. No, I'm kind of with you for a little bit. This match was 25 minutes.
Sure.
With about 5 minutes of intros, with a very bad Mad Max bullshit thing. And Batista came out with 8 security guards because he walks alone.
Yeah.
And literally, it started fun for about 5 minutes. And then Triple H settled into Triple H gear. Like I always say, and he made a 25-minute epic out of a 10-minute match. It was slow and dragged and plotted for the latter half.
They need to call Dave Batista the meme maker. Because that's what he...
Oh, Avenge the Fallen.
Every time that he's in a match in WWE, there's like 13 more memes. Him getting his nose ring pulled out is one of the best.
Hilarious. I love that spot.
But
I love that
was
spot.
Fucking trash.
Why was
it good?
No,
it was
Triple H.
overbooked.
No,
Triple H guys who shouldn't be wrestling that long anymore. It was
Remember when at WrestleMania 29, 6 years ago, Brock Lesnar was facing Triple H in a match where if Triple H lost, his career would be over? And I was joking about it back then, saying, it already is, though. What's it matter? And now here we are. What the fuck?
Okay.
Like,
I see what's happening here. I need to do an experiment. Next time when it is my favorite match, I'm not going to say it's my favorite match, and we're going to see you guys like it. That's what we're going to do.
You're telling me that I'm saying this because it's your favorite? Wrong.
Well, I think Matt's
chat. I said this as it happened.
I think Matt's response was.
I've said this about Triple H for years. His matches drag. He makes them overblown.
He's one of the best storyteller wrestlers.
It can work sometimes.
He is. He's a very good storyteller with horrifically bad slow pacing.
His Mania matches tend to fail. Like a lot.
Cut out 5 minutes. Just speed it up a bit. When there's a big moment, when he speared him down, and they both took 3 minutes to get back up. No. Okay. You move. Get going.
Why can't... How... Okay, I think Lee's going to back me on this one. What's wrong with taking some time to recover from stuff? Let's sell some shit. That's unlike what people are doing now. Literally, that's
too late in the show for that. Way too late in the show for that. If they don't do this, then yeah.
So this was the longest match on the show. You got 2 old guys out there who don't have a lot of gas in the tank, doing this sort of hardcore match with a couple spots. It sounded like about a 6 to 10 minute match expanded into 25 minutes. And there's no way they should have been fucking doing that this late on the card. That's just ridiculous.
So are you guys saying that you probably would have liked it more if it was earlier in the show? Or just...
Yes, I could have dealt with it. But
I'll agree with either.
Too long.
Yeah, if it was earlier, cool. If it was a bit more brisk, even 20 minutes I would have been okay with, honestly. There were some times where just like, we get it. I know you're storytelling, but Triple H has done this with his 40-minute cell match. It's like, we understand. You move on, get going. His Booker T match was like that. It's like, I've always had that problem with Triple H. Just before I knew any of you guys, I've had this problem with Triple H. He just drags a bit. It's a little snipping to the pacing. As an editor, it's a thing. Just his storytelling needs a little trimming. And that's it. Otherwise, it was a lot of fun. But toward the end, the last 5 minutes, I'm like, oh, come on. I know where this is going. Get on with it.
There was only...
He's like the meme maker. Oh, my God, Dave. Please. I wish he would come back once a year just to give me more memes.
He enjoys it too, though. Not to lie.
Yeah, he plays up to it, 100%. Yeah. He looked at those Batista faces in the crowd, and he was like, yeah, that's it. Like
right off the bat. Yeah.
Dude, I think Batista would definitely love to stay in the WWE if he wasn't making way more money doing movies and not getting hurt.
He's going to retire from acting in the next 5 to 6 years also, though, because he said he's just too old. He's like, I want to just enjoy life.
Now, Bummer, the other thing, too, when this was starting in the Discord chat, we were like, this could be the best match of the night. This is really fun, really good. Mm-hmm. And then they got tired, and it slowed down and was like, I was thinking this was the best match. So that's how it started. It honestly, like I said, you were wrapped up in it. You don't have a pet problem with his pacing. I'm not saying that's a wrong thing. That's cool. He has his fans. He's fucking Triple H. I get it. It just doesn't work for me.
I'm also
that pacing doesn't work for me.
Admittedly, I will admit, if for those of you who don't already know, Triple H is my favorite wrestler of all time, 100%. I am more into the slower pace style stuff, so that may be part of it. I will say that. I will admit to that. It
has its place.
Yeah,
like I said, it's just
The only downfall to the match, I think, was the goddamn announcer tables not breaking. That was
great.
Every time they kept doing it, I was like, they literally were like standing on top and like doing the moves
3 times.
Yeah, and I don't know what the fuck was going on, but I mean, it just
happened to take over too. Gargano fucking bounced.
Will be remembered from this only 2. Batista falling in the ring, which I thought he handled it quickly because went outside and got back in and did it again. Which somebody made a good point too. WWE could always edit that in the future broadcast, so you'll never see it.
I hope not.
Fantastic. And his nose ring face, when his nose ring was being pulled out. That was so memorable.
Yeah.
Like I will remember. That's probably the most memorable moment of wrestling. That face. I was laughing so goddamn hard when they did it, and the lack of logic where he didn't bleed at all. It's just
there was a little trickle.
ludicrous.
Yeah, there's
so
a tiny
ludicrous.
bit.
Yeah, so ludicrous. But some might say overall, I had no expectations on the match. It was okay, too long. But some might say, and I wouldn't disagree if they said that Batista bombed.
No, god damn it. I'm just gonna mute you before I can tell now when you're gonna hit that goddamn button. All right. By the way, just a quick little shout out. If you want to see a real ring pull spot, CZW Tournament of Death 5 or shit, was it 6? I think it was 6. Brain damage. He had a eyelid ring, and they got a pliers and got it right in there.
Eyebrow.
Eyebrow. Yeah. What did I say? Eyelid. Oh yeah, eyebrow. Sorry, eyebrow ring. And locked in the pliers and literally no bullshit fake, obviously, on that. Ripped that shit right out of his eyelid. Or eyebrow, sorry. But,
what company was it, though, again?
God damn it.
That one.
CZW.
So I got a serious.
Yep.
That's all right.
I have a serious question for Matt. This is a serious question, Matt. So we know that Triple H is a noted ring general. Did you say he maybe pulled a real good performance?
We know enough of the goddamn buttons. All right, so here we go. 2 matches left.
We fell into a Roman Reigns in there for a second.
Yeah, he gets all the buttons. It was a good gag.
Yeah, so
that's a special joke reward.
Intercontinental title match. The Demon Finn Balor. This was a point where I was starting to get a little more inebriated, I guess. I was starting to get up there a little bit. I don't remember hardly anything from this match at all.
Same.
It was 4 minutes. You're fine.
Yeah, I really.
The powerbomb was awesome. That's all I can remember.
This was literally a fun match in that Seth Brock way that could have been, where it's just like this go as a little car wreck for 4 minutes. It was fun.
Yeah. Well,
I mean, it was perfect for what it needed to be because I didn't want to see them wrestle again. I never want to see them fucking wrestle. And please treat Finn better, WWE, and let's just do a reboot on him and make him a beast now. So.
Lashley with his weird gold contacts, and
Still like him, though. I like Lashley now as a heel. He's actually, he does something for me. I just, no more Finn Balor and Bobby Lashley ever again. Make them on separate brands, please.
Superstar shakeup coming up.
Yeah,
I think they're going to send Finn to SmackDown, but we'll see.
Me too.
Probably, they'll be trading that with the U.S. champ, probably.
So anyway, obviously Finn Balor, he was the Demon. He should not lose as the Demon. He did win the Intercontinental title again. So now it's 2-time Intercontinental champ. So main event time, I have to say it, historic first ever women's main event. I think it was decent. Probably I would say it was good. It was not as great as I thought it was going to be.
It was a letdown a little bit.
I think it was, but I still don't think it was bad as far as my opinion.
Yeah, it was still it worked for what it needed to be.
It did everything it tried to in its own ways. It didn't kind of exceed that, which is a weird thing to be like, that's what I hoped for. I know that's unfair, but I had high hopes for this, and there were moments, and this is going to sound silly, but when Charlotte got bounced out at one point, and it was Ronda and Becky, I was like, this is why I'm here. Yeah, and I wanted all that. And then Charlotte comes back in. It's like, fuck.
Charlotte did great, by the way. I think she held her own. If anything, she might have been the crispest one. It looked like she had no nerves. She's just a pro. Which I've never had a problem with Charlotte. I think she's one of the best female wrestlers they have, if not in the entire industry. Still had no fucking place in this match. None. She didn't need to be there. Everybody wanted Ronda and Becky, and they just threw her in, and she always felt like an afterthought. Like Scott said, she would come back in, and you'd be like, oh, come on. But I was really fucking drunk, too. So I might actually have been just looking at my hands the entire time and realizing that looked like Becky Lynch. I'm not sure.
Oh, don't. Well, I mean, if that's what you're getting off to. Don't forget that Charlotte had her Ric Flair-style helicopter entrance, which was like 3 or 4 minutes, but was 2 minutes too long. Again, pacing-wise.
I didn't even remember that because
we get it.
Oh my god.
Well, we saw the helicopter flying, then her perspective, then a shot of her, then it flying, then her perspective, then a shot of her.
Yeah.
Then repeat that 3 more times. Like, we fucking get it. Then she landed and walked in very slowly, and then Ronda made her entrance. It's like, we get it. You could have done this in a minute and a half. I get you want to show the epicness. You can do that in a minute and a half. Yeah. I don't want to say the editors have gotten lazy when they get 7 hours and no pay-per-view people to turn them off, but I think that's exactly what it is.
I'm just mad we didn't get Charlotte and Asuka, because that would have been the perfect story. Once again, a perfect story.
But, again, Charlotte played her part super well in this, like 100%. It was a very good, fun match. But I know there was a better match in there because the way that crowd was, even then, for Becky and Ronda, oh, fuck. Damn it. Like,
yeah, I will agree with a lot of what Zion just said. I think Charlotte Flair is the best female wrestler in the industry right now, but agree, this wasn't her story. She shouldn't have been in there. This was Becky and Ronda's main event. Having said that, yes, again, I agree. She kind of looked the best out of the 3 in the match because she is the best.
She looked the coolest. Like, she looked like she didn't lose a step at all.
Which does make sense to have her there because Ronda had one big Mania match and Becky's kind of been in there before, but not this level, and she's probably fine, but you know what? Charlotte's the safe bet to be there as well, and blah, 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 blah. They have their reasons, whatever.
Yeah. Credit to Ronda, too, because apparently she broke her hand, like, during the match, and she still kept going, so credit to her.
Dude, she took a sick bump on the outside of the ring, like from the slid out of the ring kind of and landed hard on the ground. I was like, God damn.
Yeah, she was upside down and Becky drop kicked her in the midsection upside down and she bounced off the apron onto the ground.
Yeah.
It was under her shoulder and stuff. It was fine. Looked like any other normal fall, but it was just
it looked good,
cool.
Yeah.
It looked good. Yeah.
Yeah. No, like I said, I definitely remembered the match. I wasn't as bad off as you were on this one.
I was fucked.
Yeah, no.
It was 12:40, and I'm like, I'm ready for this show to be over. I'm enjoying the match, but this match started after midnight Eastern. Yeah, that's nuts. For one,
yeah. To think that, I think I had somebody over in the Redhead 12, actually, one of the JRPL members. He was over and like, oh my god, it's after midnight. Before anything happened, I was like, what the fuck? I can't believe that. Yeah. That's insane.
He was at your house.
Yeah.
Yeah, cute. You made friends with a fan.
Well, look at that. Yes, I did. Actually, because I moved from Charlotte to Norfolk, and he lives in Virginia Beach, which is like 20 minutes, 15 minutes down the road, which is crazy.
Yeah, see, Bomber didn't want Charlotte there either.
Yeah.
So, Jesus, talk about Patreon perks. Did your girlfriend at least go in the other room?
Oh, well, I mean,
if you and him became a gay couple,
somebody had
his name was Stealth, you guys would be Stealth Bomber.
No. God, no.
No one would see that coming.
Oh my god. No, stop.
Wow. I earned that one, man. I earned that one. Thank you.
I know. I hit it again. There you go.
I heard it. Yeah.
Yeah. No. So Lee, I assume you did watch the main event, right?
Yeah, it was really good. It suffered from the fact that they were doing them no favors by putting it on last on a 7.5 hour fucking show. Again, like everyone said, Charlotte shouldn't have been in the match. Every time she was in, it felt like Becky became an afterthought, which is not the story you want to tell when you're going to be putting a fucking belt on her. Worked fairly well. I know there were some people who were a little hanky about, her shoulders were up a little bit when they did the roll-up or whatever.
Yeah, we got
who gives a fuck?
The referee got fined for that. That came out. They fined him for fucking the count up.
Yeah, well.
They're supposed to treat it like real and only count when you should count. Then again, there might have been an audible saying, counted at 12:30, fucking go.
Yeah.
But no,
he had an earpiece, whatever.
One, and it's just you could tell the crowd was burnt out at that point. Like they weren't as noticeably loud for it.
They were into
it,
but they were like, I want to go home.
Yeah, I 100%. I forgot about the finish there for a second, but yes, that actually to me kind of took the wind out of the sails a little bit. It really
she should have tapped her. That's all there is to it.
Well,
no. Well,
No.
I'm okay with it.
They should have.
They're submission moves. Yes, I'm okay with it.
Saying fair and square, but I think that there should have been a part where, say, Ronda's arm, shoulder went into the post, or she's visibly hurt, and then Becky gets it locked in and taps her out. I think it would be unrealistic to have Becky just tap her clean.
Especially when you hear that, she had a broken hand. Oh, okay, tapped because she wrenched on her hand.
I just think it took the reaction sucked because everybody was like, that came out of. It just felt weird.
And it was bad.
And I mean, when you pair it with the fact that everyone's fucking dead tired, it's kind of like, what the fuck? What just happened?
Yeah. I just think they would have woken up for the submission. Like if she had Ronda in the submission for a minute and she's wrenching it and they're trying to get out. I think that would have been a far better way to send out the crowd. It would have woken them up, got them clapping, got them more into it, and instead they went with like.
No, if you don't want to have Ronda tap, you get the pin like you did. Okay, fine. The rumor
sets up the rematch.
The rumors were that it was supposed to be Charlotte that tapped out, and it wasn't supposed to be a pin on Becky or a pin on Ronda. All the whatever. The plan might have been one thing. They literally have earpieces on referees in the ring for fuck's sake.
At least
like they call audibles.
They made that decision the day of, the day of.
Why?
They changed it. But,
I haven't heard this. Why was there a change?
Well, it could have been to protect Ronda, so Ronda didn't take the loss.
No, I'd heard them Meltzer talked about it and a couple other things. They had said that the running theory is that Vince thought that it was unrealistic that Becky would tap out Ronda because Ronda's legit MMA and it takes people out of it. One way they could have gotten around that too, though, have Becky have a injured Ronda in the move for like a minute. Ronda's refusing to tap. Becky just switches it up and rolls her up. She's done it before. Just gets it in.
Yep.
Like, that would work too.
Yeah. And I know that they were saying like they didn't want to have Ronda, quote, take the loss because it makes her look weak. And that's how Ronda was upset over the way this played out because she looked weak. No, she got beat by a wrestling hold by a veteran wrestler of 10 years.
I don't think
she's doing it for a year. Ronda can knock you out or submit you, but she can't fight out of a roll-up where it's a crucifix pin. That's the veteran wrestler. That's the entire story of her past year where she can knock anybody out or tap them. But can she handle a veteran wrestler? That's professionally. That's oh my god! It protects Ronda.
I always thought it was okay to have Ronda be out wrestled.
She got caught. Punched. Yeah, she just got caught, and that's more believable than getting knocked out or tapped.
What you gotta say, Lee?
No, think of how much better that match would have been had it just been Ronda and Becky, and the whole story throughout the entire match was just Ronda playing with her, like I'm just a better wrestler than you, and then Becky just fights up from below. Maybe the injury thing happens with Ronda, and Becky takes advantage and wins, or she does the pin thing out of the armbar.
Well, she keeps going for submissions, but Ronda keeps countering them. Like Becky's been able to submit everybody, but not someone like this. But then, can you out-wrestle her? Well, Ronda's not known for her wrestling. You want to bring the reality into it. Okay, we can do that, and there you go. Yeah. But you had Charlotte in there, and for the weirdness of it, they kind of fucked up putting Charlotte in that table. It wasn't that great. So nobody really believed that Charlotte was out of the match with that, I think. Because it was like, that's whatever. She's just over there now. Oh, that was it. Charlotte's written off. She's gone. Oh, okay.
They were telling that story, too, in the ring, because once they brought the tables into it, Ronda's like, no, fuck this. I'm not doing this bitch shit. I'm not doing this pro wrestling bullshit. This is a fight. Fucking fight me.
Mm-hmm. Well, I will say, I understand roll-up finishes are pretty much, to protect people and stuff, but I felt that finish was a bit of a letdown for a WrestleMania main event. Am I crazy for that? Or...
No, you're right.
No, you're right.
No, yeah. I get what they were going for to show that they can shock the world, but the people wanted to see
it totally protects.
Something.
I get that. It totally protects who they're beating, but I feel like they also for a WrestleMania main event, they don't really it's time to show, hey, I fucking beat you. Not just a caught you in a roll up. I fucking beat you. I earned the win. Not saying yes. Thank you. Yes. You know what I mean? Yeah, because obviously she won, but
Mania is not a place where people get a fluke win. It's where you set a statement that this is the person that the company's behind now, and this is who we're rolling with from here on out.
Yeah, because roll-ups to me always, if you are the weaker wrestler and you want to have the weaker wrestler get the win over the better wrestler, give them the roll-up win. For example, earlier in the night, the Revival losing, roll-up win, makes perfect sense. Here, I was like, this definitely didn't feel like the time to use a roll-up, but...
Here's the flip side. It's the sneaky style pin like Daniel Bryan did or Ricky Steamboat, where it's like, I caught you. But that wasn't really what this was. It was in a different moment and then caught it. It wasn't building up toward that. It just happened. You're like, oh, okay.
I liked I like the idea of it. It would be a cool near fall, but it was not a good way to close out the match.
Correct. It was a good near fall spot. I do agree with that. But...
if she followed up moments later with it again and caught her with it.
Yeah, imagine she kicked out and then Becky like put a whatever to wobbly doo and got her in the like that
in the disarmor and then rolled that into it. Yeah.
Oh, they would have. The fans would have fucking jumped awake so much louder.
Yeah.
Either way, since they did do a thing with, if it's so obvious with that, the bad pin, hopefully they at least make something out of it, like a story or something whenever it comes.
Well, they
time.
never mentioned it on Raw. They never did. But it's free story for later. So
that would be, I think, me, jobber, think it would be a good way to go. But who knows? We'll see what they do. But yeah, I mean, that was the main event.
Thank God.
We did it.
By the way, shout out to TakeOver. It was great. I enjoyed it.
Oh, yeah. TakeOver was damn near perfect in its own accord, too.
Damn near perfect again. I agree.
I've watched every single TakeOver since we started the JRPL, sorry. May 2017, which was TakeOver Chicago, the first one. And I will say, I think this past one was my favorite TakeOver since.
You say that every time, though.
No,
they're always good.
I don't know if I've ever said that, but I think this.
I swear I've heard you almost every time go that. I think that was the best one. But
well,
I don't disagree with you.
They've been getting better then.
Get better and better.
Yeah, they're always good. Yeah.
They're great.
This one was fucking fantastic. Fantastic.
Great placement of match in too. I just have to make that stress that because when they put Dunn and Walter on, the crowd was a little burned out, and because that was going to start as a slower paced match, it's a different type of match, more strong style. Those chops and just the way they sold it.
Oh yeah,
that was the perfect way to give the crowd just a little bit of a quiet period, and then bring them back up. And man, they booked that place great. The matches are fantastic. The talent is over. Please, Vince, don't make it a third brand and put Randy Orton in NXT. Please.
Oh my God, that would be the worst thing in history.
They're talking about it right now. They're saying that they're gonna make it go on the road, just like Raw and SmackDown, and they're gonna start mixing up the superstars, and NXT is just gonna be a brand.
Ugh.
No,
that would be bad. That would be bad. I'm worried about what's going to happen with the shakeup, the superstar shakeup coming up this week.
And how pointless it is given the fact that everybody just shows up anywhere. So
that's Mania season.
That's what they say, but watch. Give it a couple of months after the shakeup, and you're going to see people just willy-nilly going everywhere again because they don't respect the brand split at all.
Yeah, that's going to change when you get the Fox Network involved. So
yeah, because they're going to want. You think they're going to go? No, we don't want three of the biggest top stars that are over on the other side. Give them to us. I just think it's dead. It's gone. That's going to be a matter of time now.
Yeah, I'm just afraid as far as the superstar shakeup goes because they have been talking about it a lot, letting people know, hey, tag teams are going to be broken up, so we know people are going to be split up now.
They always say that.
They always do. Yeah, I bet you they're going to break
tag teams. They've been teasing that with New Day for the past 4 years.
But they were drafting before when there was the draft. They actually drafted teams. They didn't do it.
Yeah, but they said they could be broken up. They might go together or
done
separate.
That, though. They did it the first year. It was, without I remember, it was La Resistance got broken up and Renee went separate from them. But some years they'll be like
that.
Some
2
years
years
they
ago.
keep teams together and sometimes they don't. It doesn't make any sense. It's
They've always said it could happen. Yeah.
It's gonna be sad. It's gonna be sad, especially
why is it sad? Why is that? Broken up from La Resistance again.
It's gonna be sad because Chad Gable is gonna be fired from the WWE.
Good. He needs to go solo.
Maybe
Chad Gable has an upside. Bobby Roode, fuck you.
No.
Well, they've turned. Both of them are heel now. So
no, but Chad Gable was giving him reactions on Raw like, "What'd you do? I can't believe it. I think they get broken."
Oh, they'll split, but no, they were in backstage stuff together. So
no, Gable unfortunately is one of those guys that just needs to go. He's done. He has no redeemable qualities besides he's strong.
Yes, there's redeemable qualities. They just don't know how to utilize them.
Wrestlers they have on the roster. He's like a Shelton Benjamin.
Let me correct. Okay, he has some redeemable qualities.
Are you fucking kidding me? He's amazing.
He is not. He is not amazing.
Oh my God, he's so fucking good. No. And you're gonna sit there and go.
You're gonna sit there and say Baron. You're gonna say Baron Corbin ain't that bad, but you're gonna say.
Jesus.
Just get the fuck out of here.
Get the fuck. Get the fuck out of here.
No, guys, honestly, he has negative charisma. He is negative.
So does Baron Corbin.
No, no, Corbin does not have negative charisma. He can come out. He can work the mic. He can work the crowd. He has good facial reactions.
No, he can't. They just hate him. He has X-Pac heat. They hate him so much that they boo him. It's not that they respect him.
No, he's playing his character good. How's good Gable playing his character, a.k.a. I'm just Bobby Roode?
They gave him Bobby Roode's character.
Because
how could any of us have made that work?
Because he can't do anything. If I was told I have to
go and work in a robe and talk about how sexy my pecs are,
he can't
nobody
do
can make
anything.
That shit work.
He can't
Bobby
do anything.
Roode fucking sucks at Bobby
Did you
Roode's
see
gimmick.
how over they were as American Alpha?
Yeah.
He can clearly do something. He's
Should've
clearly
fucked
good
with
at that.
Jason Jordan.
And they're not having him do that.
He is
such
a-
an ignorant statement.
No,
that guy
it's
is fucking
no.
phenomenal.
It's a statement you don't
I
agree
guarantee
with.
he has
Doesn't
no
mean it's
personality. I don't care. Craig Benoit had zero personality. One of the best wrestlers on the planet at the time. Before he killed people.
He did. He had more charisma than fucking Chad.
No, I
Gable.
don't
No,
think
he didn't.
No, he did not. I think he was one of the least credible in terms of character people in WWE to win the title ever. But like one of the best wrestlers, actual wrestlers of all time.
Okay, well, okay.
Yeah.
I can.
No, some of Benoit's promos when he's like the most over guy, his promo's like, ooh, this is real bad.
That's fine.
But they love it because they know he's going to kick his ass.
He
Like,
was
that's what
also-
they say.
Cred.
You can rework Gable into something even like that, where it's like, look, I might not be the best on the
Guys.
mic, but I can out wrestle anybody.
I mean,
That you go with the strengths, and they're not doing that with him. They're trying to make him be Mr. Personality.
Gable should not be
He's not.
personality.
I'll
He should
agree
be
with
a
that.
wrestler,
But yeah,
I
No,
would.
Give Gable Angle as a manager, as a serious manager.
Oh yeah.
No.
Yes, I love it.
I think Matt just got hard.
Because
There's
Kurt could be his mouthpiece, and that's perfect. Because he can't cut a promo, so give him a manager that has credibility like Angle, and just make him a monster under Angle's tutelage. Like that would be good. I'd do it. That's
Works
great.
with their gimmick style too. Hell, he literally is mentored by Angle. Like he's like it's his hero. So
I will. Okay,
Yeah.
I will
Right
admit.
yourself.
I will admit I was a little hard on Gable, but
Yeah, you were.
No.
Thank you.
you
I accept your
overgeneralized on
apology.
Gable.
I
Let's
did
be
go.
fair. You overgeneralized.
I literally said he has no redeemable qualities. That is a false statement. I agree. He is a pretty decent wrestler. I will give you that. He is very strong. I am gonna
we can be
100%
friends again.
give you that. But I think he is in the batch of guys that do need to go. I do.
Oh,
I
he's at
stand by
risk,
that.
Probably, I could
name
see that.
30 other people on the roster I would fire before I would fire Chad Gable.
There's definitely more. Yes, I agree. Yeah, there's definitely more. But he is a guy that
They
I
have too
think
many people, don't they? There's too many wrestlers.
Yeah.
They do.
he's a guy that does need to go, and everybody wants to throw AEW names out there. This is a guy that would probably actually,
Oh, he would be
thrive.
great there.
You know what? You're right.
He is a guy that would
he
thrive in that
destroy it.
environment. I hate being that guy like, oh, he needs to go to AEW. But this is actually a guy that legit will thrive in that environment.
He doesn't need to go, but he would benefit from it. Absolutely.
Yes.
Yeah, and since they don't have titles yet, he would sell the most, so he would be most over.
Yeah.
That's how they do pushes in AEW. They don't actually have wrestling shows. They just sell shirts online.
That's
Well, everyone's going to win, and everyone's going to be in the main event. There's going to be no losers in AEW.
yeah. I mean, I'm definitely not going to shit on AEW right now. I want to see what happens, and then afterwards,
they're going to be super credible because they got Jim Ross. It's a slobber knocker.
well, no,
Don't
he's
give
not.
me my whiskey.
I don't
I
think
wish
he's.
they hadn't gotten rid of JR. Actually, I kind of.
No, it's terrible.
Like
I
a
want
move
them to
forward.
have their own sound.
No,
their
guys,
own
no,
them. I don't want
guys.
them to just be a WWE light in some way.
Time out. There,
And
I
let's
don't.
face it,
Hold
JR
on.
sucks now.
Yeah,
Okay,
and he's
hold-
also he's
Guys,
also
I
not
don't.
good.
I don't think that JR is on commentary. From what I've read, he's going to be backstage, which is great. I think that's going to help him out a lot.
I don't
I mean,
think
if
it's
that's
going to
the
be so
case-
great.
They were definitely teasing him as commentator, though. Like,
Okay,
I
well,
mean, I
if
saw
that's
a lot of
the-
their teasing.
yeah.
But if you're right, then I'm for that. I think JR could help stage, but I just don't want him on.
I don't know. Is he going to take charge of anything back there, or is it just going to be fucking the Young Bucks giving him shots of whiskey and making him a
you
lol's
walk
cow?
into the locker room and like the Young Bucks are like giving him a double blowjob. He's just sitting there. He's like, oh yeah. This is
Well,
the life.
I think they need somebody that knows what the fuck they're doing in the wrestling business in the backstage area. As far as running a company and stuff, JR has that experience. And if you're right, if he's like we hired him as our main commentator, then yeah, they may be in for a little bit of a rough patch with that. I agree.
I heard that Jim Ross, when he gets a double blowjob from
Nope,
two
I
of the
can already
boys
see it coming.
backstage, he calls it a knob job.
No. So that's it. So everybody,
Hey.
yeah.
I'm surprised you didn't mention Enzo and Cass.
Nah,
Oh,
fuck that.
fuck
All
that.
right, this has been a fantastic WrestleMania
time out.
recap.
We're
Good stuff.
You know what? Let's end on that real quick. You're
Yeah,
right.
please.
Let's end
I don't
on-
ever want to mention that.
No.
idiot's
Let's
name.
end on it by mentioning.
No, I
what
don't want to
happened.
talk about it.
No, I don't want to talk about it.
No,
at
I just
all.
want to
Fuck
mention how
Enzo,
bad
fuck
Cass's
Big
ring
Cass.
name is. I want to mention Cass's dumbass ring name.
Wait, what's his ring name?
Okay, so I'm going to spell it. It's a lowercase c, lowercase a, capital Z,
Oh, God.
capital X, capital L.
Oh. What?
So the XL is for big, like extra large. So it's like Casel. Caxel?
Cast the
Kaz
bar,
XL.
cast bar.
Now, Enzo
Did
is
you-
going by NZO, but only the Z is
It's
capitalized.
NZO.
Christ.
It's just Enzo.
And it's Enzo.
All I gotta say to
Enzo
New
and
Japan.
Caxel.
All I gotta say to New Japan is I hope they fucking cut ties with ROH because that.
Well,
was
ROH
bullshit.
hasn't even signed them yet.
No.
Good, and they shouldn't
Apparently.
because it's fucking dumb.
Because I'm reading something that's
by
got
the way-
updated. They're
by
like,
the
yeah,
way-
they're expected to
Terrible for
follow up,
people's-
but
Did you
You know,
not?
I will give Cass a chance in another company. I don't have a problem with that because Cass didn't burn the bridge with me. But I'm done with Enzo Amore as a wrestler and as a
What?
human being. He's a fucking idiot.
What?
he's a
He
good
is
promo,
cancer.
but he's also scum.
He's
Oh, yeah, it's
beyond
great promo.
He
Listen to me though.
mm.
He is not worth the investment or risk to any company
Risk?
to hire his stupid ass because he is a disastrous human being.
What?
Why would
risk?
you ever do business with Enzo Amore after all the things he's proven to have done to companies he's worked for? Fuck that. Fuck you, Enzo.
What do you
suck.
mean? What did he do to
Dude,
WWE?
he was accused of rape. He was
Survivor
fucking all those
Series.
chicks.
He was
and
a-
then he comes back out
Time
like a
out.
dumbass,
Okay.
and he
Time
puts a
out.
sign up during the show. Fuck you. You
Time-
cannot trust this
No.
man at all. And
How-
if you even follow him on Twitter for 5 seconds, look through his feed. It makes you dumber.
No.
Fuck you, Enzo.
No. You can't be mad at him because he was accused of rape. You
No,
can't-
but what I'm mad about is the fact that he
You
like
said that, though.
started rapping about it. Like
because he
fuck
was
you.
falsely. He was
and he's
mad.
terrible in the ring.
that
No,
his
I'm over it.
career-
I'm over it. No, I don't want to talk about Enzo anymore.
Oh my god.
Hard. If you
I
like
feel
him,
like-
you know, enjoy him in Ring of Honor. That's supposed to be known primarily for, you know, wrestling skill.
I mean-
They just hired one of the worst fucking professional wrestlers alive today.
That's again. I mean, you know, he's not a great in-ring guy.
I'll
But,
make a deal with you though. WWE will take him back, and then ROH.
oh, you cut out there. ROH. What?
Don't worry about it. Fuck
Oh,
Enzo.
okay. By the way,
But
Scott.
the joke wasn't even worth it.
By the way, Kaz.
It wasn't. Fuck Enzo.
By the way, Scott. It's not Kazal or whatever you're saying. It's Kaz XL. By the way.
Who gives a shit?
Okay.
So
Well, I would
Kaz-
just Kaz XL.
Still they're gonna say he got big ass from his Titantron. He's gonna be lucky to get Kaz XL.
Oh, I'm
Kaz
just-
big? Like what?
Well, it was.
It should
did
be
you
XL
not?
Kaz. You know,
did you
you
not see
pronounce
the
it
video?
Big Kaz.
They
It's
came out-
legally distinct. He's a fucking moron.
They came out with a video. I mean,
We're talking way too much about this.
Were
All right,
there-
what a fantastic WrestleMania recap we had. Guys, I had a pleasure being here. It was good times. Did you guys enjoy it? Please answer that without saying Enzo.
There it is.
I Dory die.
Oh, no.